Repotting could be a very intimidating process, but honey, we are throwing that anxiety out the window because repotting can be a very therapeutic process, and I'm gonna walk you through it. This is In the Know Plant Week with Christopher, AKA Plant Queen Darling. Today, we are gonna focus on repotting our green girls. What we'll be repotting today is Miss ZZ plant. And this queen is one of my favorite queens because she's extremely resilient, easy to care for, and you do not have to water her as often. My homegirls at West Elm hooked me up with a couple little planters over here. We have some with some cute little faces. Look at those. We have this amazing little white pot with a drainage hole, and you know she loves some drainage holes, honey, because it just makes taking care of our green girls easier. You don't have to worry about that overwatering. And then we have this cute little pot right here with a little plant stand to switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna be using this planter because I prefer drainage holes over ones that do not have drainage holes. We have some potting mix from the sill. We have lava rocks if you wanna use some lava rocks. We have some aeration stones. The lava rocks are from the sill. These are from Amazon.com. And then we have some fir bark, and I love fir bark, and this is from repotme.com. And so this is absolutely amazing because it just adds a nice rich texture to the soil. I'm just gonna put in the soil. I'm just gonna use all of it because that's my business, okay? Now we are gonna add some fir bark. And one of the things that I absolutely love about fir bark is that it has this nice aroma, darling. It just smells divine. How much fir bark you put inside is completely up to you. The ZZ plant is a queen that does not like wet soil, so I put about 4 handfuls of fir bark into the soil mixture recipe, and that's gonna ensure that the water is going straight through the soil and it's not sitting, it's not stagnant. Look at that, isn't that amazing? So good. Now we are going to prepare our green girl for a little transplant situation, okay? So I'm gonna take this queen, and you may find that she is like tightly packed in her pot, all right? And so what you wanna do is sometimes you can take like a little tool and just go around the edges, making sure that you can loosen up that soil, or you can just gently tilt her and give it a little tug like that. There we go. Look at those roots, darling. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just gonna remove some of that old soil. It's no longer nutritious. She's ready to let it go, honey. So we're gonna let that soil fall, give it a little shake. I'm gonna take this pot and I'm going to create a foundational layer of soil at the bottom of the pot because we do not want those roots touching that pot, all right? And as you can see, this pot is a little larger than the pot that she came from. And so this is just gonna give her a little extra room to grow, all right, darling? So I probably won't have to repot this queen for quite some time. So I'm just gonna take some of that soil and make sure that it's a good layer of soil at the bottom because I don't want her sinking into the pot. And another important thing to note is that there are multiple plants in this pot. So right here are 4 different ZZ plants. Look at that, absolutely amazing. Now you can decide to separate them, and that's another form of propagation, right? You're taking one plant and making multiple. Or if you want her to serve those lush looks and keep those queens together, you can make sure that you just keep those queens together. And so I'm just going to situate her, make sure her stems are looking absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm gonna take the extra soil and just put it around. And so you do not want any parts of her roots exposed, right? You wanna make sure that she is submerged in that soil. And because I love fir bark and I love the aroma, I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of the fir bark around. And bam, darling, there you have it. Our green girl's looking absolutely lush in her new little home. And as you can see, repotting can be a fun, therapeutic process, honey. This is In the Know Plant Week with Christopher, AKA Plant Queen Darling. And I will see you next time. Ain't nothing wrong with a little mess, honey. Ain't nothing wrong with a little mess.